These memories will stay with me.
Give it right. No, because I don't know.
No, never know.
Wait for me. It's a tough time. No, di kami mag-shield ito. Unahin mo na. Yeah.
Det kan livet vara.
나보다 취해가지고 받아주세요.
네.
Huh?
Good.
No, she's not. She's not. She levels already. She's actually not.
Everything about to forget it. Yes.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Mel. No going up there. No, understand.
Holy Vrindavan, Sri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you at this point in time. On behalf of the Seudath family, we join together in performing the final rites for Vijay, who departed the mortal coil. How long ago it was? On the 5th. Wasn't his birthday self? October. Okay, right. So he was 65? 66. 66 years of age. So we are about to begin with the ceremony. I want to invite you all to please stand as we seek the blessings of the divine. I know we will have people of different religious persuasions here, but God is one. We pray in different ways. So I invite you to concentrate upon the Lord as you know him to be, as we seek his blessings. You all concentrate on Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Yang Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunvanti Dibhyaistavayr. Vedaihi Sangha Parkrama Upanishadair. Gayanti Yang Samaga. Dhyana Vaschatadgate Namansa. Pashyanti Yang Yogino. Yasyanting Na Vidhu Sura Surgana. Devai Tasmai Namaha. Om Tadeva Lagnang Surinang Tadeva Tara Balam Chandra Balam Tadeva Vidya Balam Deva Balam Tadeva Lakshmi Pate Tenghyugang Smarami Om Tat Sat Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bole Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki Jai. Offer it. Kindly take your seats. Now, before I begin the actual ceremony, I will take a few minutes of time to kind of explain what it is we are about to do. In Hinduism, there are many rituals that are performed, and many, even Hindus, don't fully understand why they do what they do. So, for the benefit of especially what we call the celebrants and everybody else, it is necessary that we understand why we do what we do. Why we have to focus on this principle. The Gita says, if you do what you have to do without the understanding, results are difficult to come by. If you understand why you do what you do, results are instantaneous. Plus, in addition to that, you do it with a greater conviction. So, certain things have to be explained, which I'm going to do. Now, first, I have to repeat what I said yesterday at the family funeral. So sometimes you say these things, but they slip, so we say them back again. Now, here we have Vinod and his two sisters standing by to perform the ceremony. Traditionally, many people believe we have to have 5 people to perform the ceremony. 5. Here we have 3. Is it that we are doing shortcut? And then, not always do we see that the girls, the females, perform ceremony. So a lot of questions can be asked which have to be answered. Now, there is no necessity for 5 people. You have to have 1. Now, there's a protocol as to who should perform the ceremony. So, it starts with the son or sons. And if we don't have one available, right, we try to get someone, a cousin, whoever, as we are told. If not, maybe in the village, someone who wants to take the responsibility. And if nobody could be found, the wife could do it. But the thing is that you have to have someone to do it. Now, with respect to the numbers, if the protocol is that the sons should do it, and I've always asked the question, if a man has 7 sons, should I knock out 2 and say only 5 of you could do it? That wouldn't be fair. So in other words, I'm trying to debunk this idea of this obsession that you have to have 5. You have to have 1. And you could have how many more otherwise. Now this is to perform the main ceremony here. So the understanding now is that, well, the question is, what are we going to do? So Vinod, this is the first time we're going to do this. All right. You don't always like to do this, but duty calls. So the ceremony consists of simply you're offering water in the body 3 times. Put the chandan, mala, flowers, perfume, arti. And we have the pindas and so on, we put all those things. So those of us who are familiar with Hindu worship, we see this is puja. And we believe that we are worshipping the dead body because of these actions we are carrying out. And I say, no, we are not worshipping the dead body. So then what are we doing? So this is where the understanding has to come in. Now, you all have done puja before, right? And when we do the final havan, the last little bit that is left, we wrap it up in a leaf, and we stand up and we do what is called Purna Ahuti, final offering, which we make into the fire to conclude puja. There's a parallel to that and what we do here. So the puja, what is puja? Many of us believe puja is when we sit at the bedi and we make the offerings. And I differ in opinion. You'll use the word puja. Puja is comprised of 2 syllables, pa and ja. Pa symbolizes what you call pap nashan, the destruction of sins. And ja, janma viched, freedom from bondage. So to put it in very simple terms, puja is any action that burns away sins and frees us from bondage. Now it's important that people understand this, because you can sit at the bedi and make all the offerings, but your intent mightn't be the right one. And we say that is puja. That is not necessarily puja. But the point I'm making here is that everybody does puja. Everybody could do puja. Whether it's a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, atheist, no matter who you are, it all depends upon how you live. Everybody, no matter where you are, could perform the karmas, the actions, to burn away sins, not to create sins, to free us from bondage. So puja, everybody could perform puja. But whether we perform puja or not depends on us. And I keep saying over and over, man lives himself by himself, man sings himself by himself, nobody else. So we have a choice to perform puja or not to perform puja. If I perform puja, I free myself from bondage. You understand? And as I keep saying, you can do the ritualistic part of the puja, but you live a life of, then it's not puja. It all depends. More importantly, depends upon how you live. How you live. The principles, the values, etc. that you maintain. And these principles, values, etc., spiritual values cut across all boundaries. All boundaries. So there's religion, religiousness, and there's spirituality. Puja, when ritualistic you perform, religion really. But as I said, broad purview, how we live, everybody could perform puja, maintaining the spiritual values. Work is worship, duty is God. Understand me? So I could sit down by a bedi and do a puja, put up 15 jhandi. I go to work and I duck my responsibilities. I compromise my principles. What is the purpose of that puja you do? Now people must understand this. This is what spirituality is all about. How we live. So I just thought I'll mention that point. And importantly, if you notice, everything revolves around what we call karma, actions, which we'll speak about a little bit in due course. But coming back to puja, whether we perform puja or not, everybody ends up like this one day. Ek din hame bhi jana hai. Nobody lives forever. And there are various reasons why things may happen when the time comes to depart. In this case, Vijay was ill, whatever have you. The time came, he has gone. So he is lying here, and the final rites he can't do for himself. None of us could. So this is why the onus is upon the offspring. As I said, the protocol. So this is where you're all coming. Now, when we take the body to the cremation site, we're going to cremate it, we say. Now, how we cremate it? We don't throw gas on anybody or put tire and burn it, which is kind of popular in Trinidad. Yeah? We are going to go through certain rituals. When we take the body there, you put ghee on it, you put gugul, sugar, black till, white rice, etc. All the ingredients of Hawan. So in other words, in Vijay's life, this, and I have to put it like this lump of clay, molded in a fashion that you call a father, call a husband, you call a brother, whoever. This is the last little bit. As I mentioned, when I do puja, I do Havan, the last little bit that is left. This is it. So in other words, you are performing Purn Ahuti, the final offering in a father's life to complete his life's puja. It is a big responsibility. And it is blessedness for you all to do that. And every father, every mother, every one of us would love to have our children to do this for us. But it's very strange in today's world because sometimes you have the parents doing it for the children. Many children die, and parents have to go through that pain of having to dispose of the children's bodies. Strange, but this is what things have come to. So if you know, and I didn't get the names, Trisha and Candice, yeah. This is what you all are going to do. Final offering. But that still doesn't explain why we do what we do here. So everybody, the whole world, is made up of what we call the 5 elements. Now, part of the problem we have is that most people are unaware of these things. Totally unaware of these things because we are very gross, material-minded. We pay no attention to the high objective and philosophy of life. The world is made of 5 elements: ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Have you ever heard of this, Vinod? You heard of it, but if you reflect upon it, try to do so now. Right? Everybody. You see, I keep saying that religion, on the whole, is like the school system. You have preschool, primary, secondary, tertiary, post-tertiary. Most people in preschool. So when you're in preschool, you get some block to play with and you play with that, you learn nothing more. But there's so much more to know. And everything redounds to your benefit, not God. I keep saying that. Man lives himself by himself. Man sings himself by himself. It is in the interest of everybody to learn more and develop yourself. Knowledge is power. So I'm putting it to you. You may not retain everything, but I'm trying to create an awareness. And what I am saying here, ladies and gentlemen, is not for only Hindus. It's for the world. The entire creation is made about through the quintuplication process of the Panchatattva, or the 5 elements. Everybody, without exception. The body is made up likewise. So now, this morning, what you're doing here, when you offer the water, you put the chandan, flowers, mala, perfume, arti. This is symbolic of purifying the 5 elements in the body. Notice the 5 offerings you're making. This is purify the Panchatattva. Why? Because whenever we do puja, we want everything to be clean. Remember when you have puja, you wash the mango leaf, wash the pan leaf, wash the durgas, wash the rice. And when people are very ambitious, they wash the sugar too. Huh? So much you want to wash everything. The whole idea is purity. So what we are doing is purifying this body before we consign it to the flames as a final offering. So this is the purpose of this ritual here. Now, if you follow what I'm saying, Question is asked now, could a daughter perform the rites? Could a daughter perform the rites? I said there's a protocol, and we try to maintain the protocol. But if you understand the intent behind what we are doing, anybody could do it. But the tradition is that you have the sons, they give you a protocol. So it is in this context, when Trisha and Candice asked if they could become part, I said there is no problem. But if there is your brother, the protocol suggests that he should be the one taking the lead. So I have the two of them standing here, which will also become part of it. And it is not something new that I am doing. It might be something revolutionary to some people's minds. But this is why I keep saying, if you understand the why, then you know how you can make your adaptations and adjustments to suit time, place, and circumstances. Okay? So, Trisha and Candice, I'm allowing you to do this not because, you told me your father wanted you to do it. If your father wanted you to jump from a cliff, would you do it? Probably, but probably not. Yeah? So it's not only what we want, but it's what is right and proper and what is fitting to the circumstances. So I am not a person to compromise just because of emotion. But because it is authorized to some extent, based upon what I've explained to you, I've said, yes, you can stand here to perform, to become part of it. Clear? So this is in case others may have some doubt. And Hindus in particular have questions. Why he let the daughter do it? And what kind of pundit he is? He's very quick to criticize and condemn without understanding. So basically, this is what we are about to do. All right? Now, I'm very, very concerned about this, determined about this, that when you do something, I want you to believe in what you're doing. If you don't believe in what you're doing, don't do it. It makes no sense. This is not for show. Understand that? Because many go through the processes. And I've seen many of this in my life so far, Sita. Lady died, mother died, family dysfunctional, why can't I say? We're ready to start the funeral. The daughters didn't reach yet. Daughters didn't reach yet. They say, Guruji, wait, the girl come in. I say, where are they? They come in. Wait, hold back a funeral. Where do you think they went? To the hairdresser. Funeral morning, they went to do hairstyle and so on. Come with green hair, pink hair, blue hair. In the mother's funeral, that comes like a fashion show. Isn't that hypocrisy? Well, of course, I didn't allow them to become any part of it. You gather yourself if you want. You see? So we have seen many of these things happen. Superficial. When we do these things because we want to do these things, not because of anybody else. You can't please the world. Many people try to please the world. They know. You try to please all your friends and things. No? Then what kind of friend you are? Sometimes. Yeah. But you see, something you have to understand, and ladies and gentlemen, just to understand this, once there was a father and a son. They would go garden. But this was in Arangwes, where we live. Yeah. So they went to the garden, right? Lunchtime, sun hot, time to come back. So the father told his son, he said, Beta, you ride the donkey, I will walk. When people see that, they say, what kind of shameless thing they're doing, boy? The young boy, instead of his father ride, he riding. People started to criticize him. The father said, Beta, come down, let me ride. When the father started to ride, more criticism. Old man, you have no shame? You could dead anytime you want to kill the boy? Why only the boy ride and you walk? Then the father said, Beta, you ride problem, I ride problem, let you we ride. Two of them sitting on the donkey and going down, more criticism. Those who belong to the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. All have a heart now, the total killing the poor donkey in this hot sun. What alternative they had again? The old man said, Beta, you know what? Let me tow the donkey. Told him to come down and try to tow the donkey. More laughter. Look, two donkey, toting a donkey. What alternative again they have? Try to please people. That's part of the problem in life. We live for other people. We do things to impact upon others' minds. But they still criticize you. They still condemn you. This is why you do what you have to do. Forget about everybody else and focus on what you're doing. Otherwise, you're wasting time. Yeah? So I stand by this very, very firmly. I'm not creating an impression on anybody's minds. We have to understand that, and by doing so, you go forward in life constructively, positively. Okay? So, we're going to cremate this body in due course, right? And when somebody dies, I keep saying, you hear all kind of things. Sita, you getting plenty opinions and things so far? Don't do this, don't do that, you could do this, you can't do that. Okay, not yet. Insulate yourself against that. Because everybody you meet is up on it. And they will tell you all kind of nonsense to confuse your mind. This is why I'm saying, keep your focus. And no nonsense. When somebody dies, in Hinduism, there's a lot of weird things they make us do. Stick to what you're supposed to do. So I'll be guiding you as to what to do. And if you have a problem, I'll say with what I'm doing, you could always fire me now. Huh? But what I'm telling you to do is what you're supposed to do. Okay? So this is basically what we are going to do, simple rituals. Now others will be allowed to perform arti, as yesterday we did. The others performing arti is not the same intent as when you do it here. The others who perform arti, it is more for psychological comfort. The last time they could do arti. And mostly family, close friend, not friend, but family will do arti, nobody else. Okay? So it takes care, whatever we do, of the psychological, the physical, as well as the spiritual. Okay? So pay attention to it, try to understand what you're doing, do it with the right conviction, and this is the best you could do for your father. Now, again I make this point. What we do today is for him. What we do after today is for the family. Many of us believe that when we put pinda all about, it's for the soul. You know, the fellow traveling, they say, you have to go through 16 cities. So that is why for shaving, they tell you buy slippers and things now. Buy umbrella. When it's not hot, you cover your head. Buy a cut when you try to lie down and rest. Now, people blindly follow all this. For the shaving day in particular. And there's one smart man, the Mahapatas we call them. He tells the people, you have to buy 2 cell phones. One be mobile, one digicel. You have to call up this for it. And you're already vulnerable, they go and buy it. I'd have fired for a long time. Yeah? But then you have to understand, the body dies, but the soul doesn't die. The body and soul are 2 separate entities, matter and spirit. And that Atma, fire can't burn it, water can't wet it, wind can't dry it. As the whole thing goes, it is impervious to all these things. It is protected against all these things. So then, when you ask the question, how come the sun will burn your head? If fire can't burn the soul, how come the sun could affect the soul? But you see, when you're vulnerable, and when people talk about you're doing this for the soul, you know what people see? They see the body. So you want to do the best for Vijay. You have to buy the best. And because upon that, they exploit you. Now, I'm not saying don't do it. But do it with the right understanding. That is not the reason for doing it. The soul doesn't die. Now, the soul can be compared to a circle of infinite circumference, but with the center in the body. Now, I can't help it but use mathematical terms. Everybody has done some maths. Yeah? Infinite. So if I were to ask you how many infinite circles can we have? First you have to understand what infinite means. Infinity. How many infinite circles can I have? There's only the circle of infinite circumference. You can't say one. If you say one, you indicate a point in space. So there's that infinite circumference. The soul is identical to that, but with the center in the body. So I've used an analogy. Air is everywhere. If I have a culture and air is inside, I burst the culture. Where does the air go? It going anywhere? It merges in the air around it. So that is the concept of the Atma. It's just the center is in the body. But we say the soul in the body, the soul leaves. The soul doesn't go anywhere. The scriptures tell us that. The soul, nitya, eternal. Sarvagataha, all pervasive. All pervasive. Sthanur, immovable. There are two types of movement. Vibration or from place to place. The soul is immovable and going nowhere. Achaloyam, unchangeable. And Sanatan, everlasting. Now this is a frightening thing to say to people who, the soul ain't going nowhere. Because I keep saying, if a cup fall long, they say, Baba said the soul ain't going nowhere. Vijay should wrong the cup. But you have to go beyond the physical, beyond the gross. This is the subtlety, spirituality, what the Gita says. And it is in this context I keep telling people, the soul has a past, 16 villages. What the 16 villages are? I've been asking up to last night in satsang, I asked, how many bodies does a person have? One intelligent young medical doctor told me, Guruji, one physical body. Agreed. But everybody has 3 bodies. Physical, astral, and causal. The physical dies. The astral is made of 16 tattvas, 16 elements. And when they say the soul passes through 16 villages, what they mean is that the 16 tattvas disintegrate. Not the soul going anywhere. The soul doesn't go anywhere. It is one with the infinite. Infinite is all pervasive. The soul is all pervasive. So I'm saying this because we grieve for the body. Yes, we have been attached to the body. But in different times, different levels, analyze that Father, that divine aspect, whoever he is, whatever, that Atma, always here. He's always here. Always here. Well, we say he, but that is guardedly. Atma has no gender. All right, so if I had to frighten you, I say, well, careful. Your father always say, he's watching all you. He's watching everything all you're doing. And if you see you're going to do the right thing, he will deal with all you. I could use that to frighten you. Yeah. But you have to understand that we keep saying, it is yeah. All of us are one. When scripture says, if I hurt you, I hurt myself. It's because of this whole reason. Right? Everything belongs to the same system. So, just to wrap up this, Ganesh Baba, once when he was upon the story tells us, he wanted to leave. And Swami Karthikeya said, oh Ganesh, why are you leaving me? And Ganesh said, where am I going? I am the inmost consciousness in you. I'm the inmost consciousness in you. And this is what the whole concept of your father. He is inmost consciousness in every one of you all. And in all. Yeah? So, the Gita says, you grieve for the body is perishable. But that Atma is imperishable. It doesn't die. Now, yes, we feel it because of emotion. So you let it out, but you have to analyze now that he has gone. The Atma could experience any pain. The soul could experience any pain. What the body experiences, the soul experiences that. So in other words, as I told Candace yesterday, he is free. He is free. He lived a life where there was pain and all the different emotions. Now he is free. So, I mean, we still grieve. But I ask a question. Why am I grieving? Is it his loss that he has gone? Or is it my loss that he has gone? What all do you think? Huh? Most of us, I have lost my father. Selfish. Sorry to put it like that. But if you really think of him, he has gone to rest, as we say. He is peaceful. He has transcended the 6 modifications that the body undergoes. he is at peace with himself and the divine. So it's in this context, be positive and do whatever you have to do for the body and be go forward in life. Clear? So now last thing, I'll say plenty last thing. You do all this today. After today, when he is no longer here, to preserve his honor, whatever he was, you have to do the right things in life. I told Candace yesterday, best way to honor your father is to live the right life. Not today you cry for him and do whatever, and tomorrow you do everything that is contrary to what he believed in. That is hypocrisy. Okay? But at the end of it all, as I said when I started, man lives himself by himself, and sings himself by himself, and everybody alone. Hold him, don't let him be here. Yeah. Everybody is alone, on your own. So whatever you do, karma, you face up to it. Everybody. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to begin the ceremony, which will not be too long, too lengthy, and then we'll take it from there further. We have anybody who will do bhajan and thing? Anybody want to volunteer to do some bhajan? Bhajan, devotional songs. No? Huh? It doesn't matter. They could sing, anybody. Who want to sing? All right. What was his Rasi name? Don't know. So we use Vijay. Yeah. All right. Bring the water. All right. So you all touch hands, right? So what you're doing, Vinod? You're taking the leaf and sprinkle water in the body 3 times. Om ad amugotasya. Si Vijay pretasya mritasana shaunimit. Snanam maya diyante tavo patishtatam. 3 drops on the lips. Don't let it touch, right? Just drop it there. Yeah. Chandan. No, give me tulsi first. 3 tulsi leaves. All right. Just soak the chandan. Hold it, hold it left hand. Take 1, touch it to the right eye, put it underneath. Om ad amugotasya. See Vijay pretasya. Right eye. Put it underneath here. Let's touch it here and put it underneath. Right. Left eye. Mrstani shaunmit. Tulsi dalani mayadi yanti tavupatishtatam. On the lips. Alright. Chandan. Ring finger. Right in the middle of the forehead. Shusha. Put your own chandan. Om ad amugotasya. See Vijay pretasya. Put it in the same spot. Vijay pretasya mrstani shaunmit. See gandham mayadi yanti tavupatishtatam. Mala. Give each one the mala. So put any mala on the neck. Om ad amugotasya. See Vijay pretasya. Mritasani shaunmit. Pushpa mala mayadi yande tavupatishtatam. Yeah. Perfume. Yeah. This can open out. All right, let's pray. Okay. Om ad amugotasya. Each person will do separately. Shasha? Or do separately. Pray the whole body. Ad amugotasya. Si Vijay pretasya. Mritasani shaunmit. Gandham mayadi yante tavupatishtatam. So you're doing your arti separately also, right? So Vijay, hold it, pass it along here 5 times. Om adi amugotasya. Pass through the whole body. Adi amugotasya. Si Vijay pretasya. Mritasani shaunmit. Deepam mayadi yanti tavupatishtatam. Om yam dwari mahaghori. Andhena tamasavrita. Tattalokanarthaya. Deepo yamupatishtatam. Shasha? Om. You have to touch hand. You do it on your own. Om ad amugotasya. Si Vijay pretasya. Mritasani shaunamit. Sri Deepam mayadi yanti tavupatishtatam. And this. Om yam dwari mahaghori. Andhena samasavrita. Tattalokanarthaya. Deepo yamupatishtatam. Put back the arati. Need water. You just stay near here and help him fix it by the hand. Om Ad Amugotasya Sri Vijay Pritasya Mritasane Shavnimit Eshate Pindu Mayadiyante Tavupat. You can even top Mayadiyante Tavupatishtatam. That's the idea. You see the batil. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Adi Amogotasya. Hold your hand like a cup first. Yeah. Adi Amogotasya. Vijay Pritasya. Toyanjaliski Mayadiyante Tavupatishtatam. Off right and top. That's out everything. All right. Bring the dolls. All right. Now, there are certain rituals we do. Vijay passed away in what we call Panchak. We are cremating in Panchak. So a lot of people believe that if somebody dies in Panchak, there are certain things you have to do. And if you don't do that, 5 people could die. So when people hear Panchak, everybody gets scared like they were all dead at the same time. But I have asked you a question, right? Satya hai. You see, when you're talking, a child needs to talk in the truth. I won't leave a wrong way and come here and lie. Huh? All right. So the question I've asked myself, what determines when a person has to die? Suppose we don't do the rites and somebody dies. What determines the person will die? Is there a man called Mr. Panchak who determines that you die, you die, you die? Or is it your karma determines it? Now I'm just putting the point because people have to understand, because this fear, religion, true fear, I don't subscribe to that, but we are doing it because I want people to be psychologically comfortable. You won't think anything, but I keep saying 1 year, some years ago, 9 people in our family died. 9. And not 1 died in Panchak. And then I question, we live in a multi-religious society. Panchak is only for Hindu. Christians don't die in Panchak. Muslims don't die in Panchak. Like the Chuk fire, you know. But you see, if you don't challenge the status quo, people never change the thinking. But we still do the part. We put 5 effigies, as we call them, dolls, and we cremate it together with the body. That, okay, you're going Panchak, take 5 in the month, I'm with you. You know, but to be honest with you, I do it because of comfort of people. Because when you hear Panchak, and you're the part, Baba give you shortcut. But understand the point? I believe that everything goes back to karma, your own karma. Jab chala jata hai sara, kaun ठिकाना hai. When time comes to go, who could hold you back? But we do the part. All right? Pandit, let me see my book, boy. Hold this from me there. Back tail. All right, so we have those 5 dolls. We're going to put them in different parts of the body. Let them hold that, yeah. Right. So let's concentrate on Bhagavan Krishna. Hold it right there. Om Vaso Pavitramasi Shatadharam Vaso Patriamasi Sasadharam Devastva Savita Punatu Vasoho Om Pavitren Shatadharina Sutva Kamadhukshaha Om Vasubhya Namah Pritavahaya Namaha. Take up one. Let them hold it for you. Put one by the head here. Yeah. I take the second one. Om Varunaya Namah Prita Sankhaya Namah. By the right hand underneath. Put underneath close. Under the close. More up here. Right. Left side. Om Ajay Kapadaya Namah Pritapaya Namah. This one by the middle. Om Ahir Bhujnaya Namah Prita Bhumi Paya Namah. And this one, we'll have to go between the legs. Om Pushani Namah Prita Haritre Namah. Okay? Right, so they have the gold?
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. Open the left hand. We'll give them one by one. Yeah. Right. Put by the left there. Put inside the plate there. Yeah, this is the right side. Yeah, right, the right side. You put it inside the egg. See that? You come now. Let me put this with this one. Like that. You have another mala?
Yeah.
Put it in the corner behind you. So you can follow. Yeah. Put this between the lips. Yeah. Okay. So you all can just wait one side. That the others who want to do arti come. Put only mala for him. Push you in. आरती ओम यम द्वारी महाघोरी अंधीना तमसा भृता तत्लोकनार्थाय दीपो यमुपतिष्ठताम् ओम तत्सत् How many years married now? 40. All right, now the court says 41 years. In all marriages, not everything will be. So there will be things that he would have done to displease you, things you might have done in his perception to displease him. I want you to stand right here. You already put this in the green box, right? So you're talking to him. That whatever you have done to displease him, whatever, you ask that to be forgiven. Whatever he has done, you forgive him. And this chapter is closed, let him go peacefully. So in only one communication, concentrate. Whoever else to do article, come now, right? Okay? Now it's important that you free him. Right? Guide him now. Just Malan and Arti. Pachi Arti होगी. Now, ladies and gentlemen, while the other members of the family performing their final Arti and so on, I have with me Pandit Umarat Maharaj. When he heard that Vijay passed away, he insisted he has to come. They worked together, Tatil, and he has confessed that Vijay helped him tremendously. I am sure that many people could testify to that type of person that Vijay was. So I ask Pandit Umarat now to word a prayer, blessings.
Thank you very much, Padmacharya ji. Ladies and gentlemen, to the Hindu Sitaram, to others, good morning. And as Panditji mentioned, that when I heard of the demise of Vijay, I told myself, I'll have to put aside everything else and be here. Because when I think of Vijay, I think of my initial days in the insurance industry, where I started at the age of 17 to work at the New India Assurance. And at that point in time when I started at the lowest level, obviously, but then I worked my way up to the claims department. I see my good friend Ramdat at the back there, Ram Narayan, where Vijay was our boss, I would say. And during that time, you know, as Panditji mentioned, whatever I know at this point in time has a lot to do with his advice, etc., his guidance. There was a time when in the industry, when I went on my own, certain little mistakes, etc. I made. And you know, Vijay is one that I always called upon, even though we didn't work together at that point in time, but you know, I always consider him highly in this industry. So today, as Panditji mentioned, whatever good he has done will take him where he has to go. But he is a person, as far as I am concerned, himself and Sita to, I will say a lesser extent, because she was at the South office, Vijay worked at the Port of Spain office, where I also worked. But I think what he did, for me, I can never forget it. Because as of today, I'm still in the industry, but on my own. And I will say a lot of that had to do with his advice, his guidance, and, whatever shortfalls that I've committed, and whatever, mistakes, etc., he was there to guide me a lot. So in this way, I look at him as a stalwart in my life from this part of, being in my business in the insurance industry. So all I can say to members of the family that, as Panditji mentioned, you have lost your father, but he has lost someone who has done a lot, who has made a great contribution. So all we can do at this point in time, as Panditji mentioned, that whatever energies that we create now, that will assist the soul as it's on its journey, as we say in local palangs. So I'll offer simple prayer. Let's all join our hands. And those who are not Hindus, in your own way, you offer your prayer. And those who are Hindus, in our way, we offer our prayer. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Brahman Devaya Go Brahmanitaya Jagadvitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Akashat Pitam Toyam Yata Gachanti Sagaram Sarvadeva Namaskaram Keshavam Pratigachati Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulam Dheti Girim Yat Kripatam Hammandi Paramananda Madhavam Om Hari Om Tat Sat Papaham Papa Karmaham Papa Atma Papa Sambhava Trahimam Pundari Kaksha Sarva Papharo Bhava Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama Bole Sri Krishna Chandra Ki Jai Vishnu Bhagwan Ki Jai.
Thank you very much, Pandit Maharaj. And families have concluded the aarti. So now I will invite an individual who will present the eulogy, I would call it. And she told me her name was Kim, but I don't know why I was calling her Amy in my mind. So I'm saying Kim Amy. I present you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kim Bogal, and I'm my Uncle Vijay's niece. And I'd like to thank you all for taking this time out of your busy schedules to join us in this celebration of life in order to pay our respects to Vijay Seudath. On behalf of my mother, who was Vijay's oldest sister, and the entire Seudath family, I would like to share 3 profound memories that I recall with my favorite uncle, which has not only impacted and influenced my own life, but has also touched others as well. So I am sure that you will connect with these memories in some capacity. In 1979, my uncle moved to Canada to live with his sister and brother-in-law, my parents, as he was the first to be accepted to study at the prestigious University of Toronto. I remember as a child thinking, I hope that I become smart enough to get into university one day, as I was fascinated by reading all the textbooks he would bring home about politics, economics, and geographical statistics. Like a little sponge, I observed and listened to him passionately discuss world events and have deep philosophical discussions with my mom about religion and social justice issues around the world. It was never just a light-hearted conversation, but one that was always profound, which etched deep memories within my heart, because it showed that he cared about events that were greater than himself and his place in the world around him. He eventually earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in international relations and economics in 1983, and later secured himself various positions in the insurance industry in India and the Caribbean, while also residing in both Grenada and Trinidad. Retiring last December as an astute mathematician, he passionately held various positions at Tattile, such as an accomplished underwriting manager, technical manager, with his final position as head of claims, holding the designation of chartered insurer for over the last 40 years. My second memory was on a personal side, and it was about his love of music. In between studying, he was always buying records at the famous Sam the Record Man store in Toronto, often signing his own album covers. Our family spent years listening to his albums, which included Michael Jackson, Bob Marley, Hall & Oates, Foreigner, The Clash, Phil Collins, ABBA, the Bee Gees, and various soca artists, to name a few, in his diverse musical collection. There was always music playing in our various homes, which became the soundtrack of our lives. My uncle was also able to tell you the most random musical facts, which further solidified his connection with his 3 children, Trisha, Vinod, and Candace, and his loving and devoted wife, Sita, and allowed them to develop their own love of the powerful vibration of music through the man that gave them that special gift of everlasting sound. My third memory is memorable in that it is my uncle's obsession as a super fan of wrestling. His favorite WWF wrestler at that time was Rick the Nature Boy Flair, and his infamous figure 4 move, which won him many championships, which we both watched along with his flamboyant feathered costumes and colorful robes, which I would admire looking at my uncle's major wrestling magazine collection. But the icing on the cake was that he religiously took me to watch wrestling matches on Sundays at Maple Leaf Gardens in Toronto. Even though I wasn't old enough to get into the local bar, he snuck me in and grabbed a beer with his friends after each match, which made a little girl feel very lucky to be a part of our local wrestling community. It is evident that these 3 memories connect in that they speak to Vijay as a person who has lived a diverse educational, professional, and personal life, displaying characteristics of ambition, courage, independence, passion, and dedication to his family by engaging in a well-rounded life of globally, collaboratively experiencing different diverse experiences, which we have all had the privilege of sharing in. Having said that, there is a poem that I found that I thought that he might want to communicate with you today. So I'm going to read this poem for you on his behalf. Don't grieve for me, for now I'm free. I'm following the path God laid for me. I took his hand when I heard him call. I turned my back and left it all. I could not stay another day to laugh, to love, to work or play. Tasks left undone must stay that way. I found that place at the close of today. If my parting has left a void, then fill it with remembered joy. A friendship shared, a laugh, a kiss. Ah, yes, these things I too will miss. Be not burdened with times of sorrow. I wish you the sunshine of tomorrow. My life's been full, I savored much. Good friends, good times, and the loved one's touch. Perhaps my time seems all too brief. Don't lengthen it now with undue grief. Lift up your heart and share with me. God wanted me now, he has set me free. At this time, I would like to thank all of his family, friends, neighbors, co-workers who have supported him here in Trinidad. Obviously, we are leaving on Friday, and our other families leaving on Sunday, and we will not be here to support him in person or the family in person. So I will ask that as we all go back to our own busy lives, that we remember the importance of checking in on the immediate family from time to time as they continue on their own healing journey. Having said that, thank you, Uncle Vijay. For giving us a lifetime of memories until we all meet again on our next great adventure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kim. Wonderful presentation, and that poem really summarizes exactly what our scriptures tell us, the whole approach to life. Wonderful, wonderful. And what is evident is that life is about memories. Memories. Everything is a memory. So we all remember Vijay, whether personal or collectively, however it has happened. So we understand that life is about memories. And Vijay has lived his life. This chapter has come to an end. And as the poem said, reflected on what we believe he would say, God has called him. He has gone on. And when we are called, we can't stay. The time has come. So, for all of us who are left behind, I keep saying that we need to take some lessons out of this circumstance. We bear in mind, everybody has to go one day. Everybody has to go one day. So, many of us don't think, or we don't want to think about that particular day. If I were to ask you, are you ready to go? To go, not to come back? Some may say, yes, I'm ready. But when the time really does come, you hear them screaming. They aren't ready to go yet. But the thing is that death comes, we say unannounced. But it's not really unannounced. We have signs and so on from before to know that something is going to happen. Sometimes we just don't know to whom. We don't know exactly when. So having paid attention to this, that this is so unpredictable, we keep saying, make every moment in life a memorable one. Any one of us sure whether tomorrow will be here? We would like to be here. Nobody is sure. So when I look at all this, and been around all over and see how people live, sometimes the conflicts that we have, the strange relationships, etc., etc. When somebody passes away, we say, oh, I didn't know that will happen. Now, it's just a simple point I'm trying to put to all of us. Life is short. As the poem said, maybe all too short. But nobody has control over time. And I'm saying that every moment we have, we make use of it constructively, optimum use of it. This moment must never go. Right? Ye ghar na jaye beat. So, a simple little bit of advice, if I may present it. If I have conflict with anybody, why perpetuate that conflict? Why not just apologize and say, okay, I'm sorry, let's forget it. Life is short. I don't want to leave this world with baggage. I don't. Because when I leave with baggage, I put myself in bondage. So, to all of us who are left behind, think about it. Even if you are wrong, if you are right, and the other person feels you are wrong, there is nothing wrong in saying, I'm sorry. There is nothing wrong. Right? So, this world is so filled with hate, envy, challenges on all sides. Sometimes even those who laugh with you, they laugh on the surface but wish you ill on the inside. We know that. But you see, this is why I mention again, man lives himself by himself. thinks himself by himself, and we are alone. I must chart my course in life, every one of us. Now, there's a great sage who we call Kabir Das. He used a statement very, very, interesting, instructive. He said, Kabira, jab hum paida hue, jag hase hum roe. Aisi karni kar chalo, hum hase jag roe. So this sage observed that when a child is born, what is the first thing we do? Vinod, you wouldn't remember when you're born, but what do you think? What the first thing you do when a child is born? What the first thing the child does? Cry. Cry. And we cry because it's the first breath we take. To open the lungs. But Kabir saw a lesson here. So when I cry, everybody laugh. They're happy. The child is born. He's seeing from a different perspective. In this world, when I cry, others laugh. But aisi karni kar chalo. I perform such actions in my life that when I go laughing, and I leave everybody crying. Weird world, eh? World of duality. Yeah? But what is the difference between the beginning and the end? This is the instructive and operative word. Karma. Karma. And every religion preaches this. It's a cosmological law. Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. I create my destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not believe this, but we follow the statement that I've been making. Man lives himself by himself and sings himself by himself. It's not God. Again, many people say God punish us. God will punish us. I beg to disagree. God is the impartial witness. He's the epitome of compassion, mercy, grace. Why is he going to punish me? So then why do I suffer? Karma. Our karmas. I create my problems, not God. He is the impartial witness. If I do all my stupidness and I say, God forgive me, you think God taking me on? Why did I do all this nonsense? I have created my destiny. Karma. Every cause has an effect concealed, and every effect is cause revealed. There's something, is a cosmological law throughout, cut across all boundaries. Therefore, we have to understand that I am responsible for me. Vijay has lived his life, whatever karmas, I told him, as I said in the beginning, whatever he has done, that will take him where he goes. We still have some time left. And I keep making the point, what I am is God's gift to me. What I make of myself is my gift to God. So we have to look at ourselves critically and see what we are doing. Life is not about only eating, drinking, making merry when you're dead, baby. That divine intelligence didn't put us here for that. Just eat, drink, merry. Animals live like that. We are the highest form of creation. And therefore we have a willpower. This is the difference between man and animal. We have will. And we need to use it. And in this context, we create our own destiny. So I have shared time and again, the best I can do, dispose of the body with integrity. I cannot liberate my father. From a Hindu perspective, plenty of people think, you do the bhandara, you put pinda all about, and the pinda will liberate the departed person. What about the karma? I can't rub off your karma. So this is what you see, mental gratification. We cannot liberate the ancestors. There's only one condition that can happen. Only one condition. That if any of us become an unconditional devotee of the Lord, unconditional surrender, what does that mean? I don't question God. I don't even think of questioning God. I accept everything. It's like a child in mother's lap. The child doesn't think if mother will drop me. The child doesn't think if mother will feed me. The child is just on mother's lap. The mother takes care of the child. That is unconditional surrender. Not only saying God I surrender and tomorrow you curse him. That is not surrender. Most of us behave like that. In any family where there's a devotee who surrenders unconditionally, any family, automatically you liberate the ancestors. But I'm saying we are not there. We are not there. I preach it, but I am not there either. Okay, I still question God. I'm not so great yet. Therefore, I have to face up to my karmas. Every one of us. We have to face up to our karmas. And you know what? I'm fed up of hearing people saying, sometimes, when Tumarat mentioned, Tatil, where you work and so on, I have many godchildren who work in many companies and so on. And many managers might be here and so on and so forth, and supervisors and so on. So they come and tell me, Guruji, my supervisor gave me foul. Plenty companies. So I would ask, I say, what do you want me to do, kill them? What do you want me to do? You have to develop qualities. You have it in you. Uncover it. To deal with these circumstances. You can't stop the breeze from blowing. You can put up a wind shutter. So in all fields, everywhere you go, right? While we are alive and so on, and ambitions and so on overpower us, we tend to behave differently. Cause pain to others, not thinking. Not thinking. What goes wrong, comes wrong. It's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. So, I like to dig people. When I say dig them, get into your heads. Because we know we have many here, right? Professionals who have compromised in your positions. Don't tell me no. And if you didn't, very good for you. Now, I taught for 25 years in the devotees, ladies and gentlemen, but I taught mobile until. So every Wednesday after lunch, I had no periods, free. Lunchtime, I going home. One day the principal dropped me home too. I thought I was smart. I duck in the class. Now, even though I didn't have a class, but I'm being paid for the entire day. Now, I like to confess these things, it lightens the burden of the heart. So you think you're smart at that time because you're stupid. You compromise, you outsmart everybody. But I'm telling you something. When the reactions came, I could remember the principal one day made a statement. All you have to run to. All you have to run to. I didn't take him on. But I wouldn't be more personal than this, but something happened that shook me to the foundation. And I could have caused that. The pain that I experienced. And I realized that, hey, nobody caused this, I caused it. And so much so, when I had 1 month again to go to retire, I took early retirement. I taught as I never taught before. Going to school was a joy. Leaving school was a pain, opposed to what was before. My mind, compromising. And the fulfillment I got in that last month, when I get some sense, I never compromise again. Never. Because if you think you're smart, you're getting away, you're fooling yourself. Koi la kare chaturai, karma ka lekh mite nari bhai. No matter how smart you think you are, nobody could rob off karma. A fella tell me, say, Guruji, I do so much good thing, one little bad thing I do, that cancel out. I say, why cancellation only in mathematics, boy? In life, you plant the seed, you can expect the results. You could run, but you cannot hide. Nobody. And the vote is, sometimes I pray that politicians understand this. People in society, all the leaders understand this. Even spiritual leaders understand this. Don't compromise. Because nobody gets away. Nobody. And it's not God. It's not God. Most of you are computer literate. I have an old brain. But I look at the system. A computer is made, and all the systems in there. What input you make, you get the output. The maker doesn't come and interfere with the computer every day. Does he? This world is like that. That Supreme Lord is the Supreme Technologist. Yeah? All the systems are here, cosmological laws. Jaisa karni, vaisa bharni. What you plant, what you reap. You follow? Everything is here for us. Nobody interferes. It's a natural law. Because everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. You create a stimulus, boomerang effect, it comes back to you. And if you can't understand that, and you want to play games, play your games. But you'll be caught one day. Yeah? And nobody could help you. This is for all of us, and young people in particular. Sometimes, we think nobody's looking at us. That Lord sees without eyes. He listens without ears. He's present without a body. He's eternal witness. We can't fool him. Nobody could. Many tried. Many are still trying. Nobody succeeded. Okay? So all this we learn from death. I have a short time left, all of us. What you make of your life is important now. What you make of your life. Lighten the burdens. Lighten the baggage. It's nice. It's very, very nice to have no baggage in your heart. And I'm saying that because I have experience too. I carried baggage too. The biggest beast of burden is the man, the human being. We carry baggage with us. We don't want to drop it. These things may sound harsh. I'm not trying to mama guy anybody. Let's face reality. It's about all of us. And let me make that best effort, devotees, to rise beyond all these things. Because you are on your own. You are on your own. Sita, when Vijay was undergoing his pain and so on and so forth, all we could have said was, sympathize. You could share his pain? Could you share his pain? I want people to understand this, Nobody could share your pain. They could eat you out and drink you out when things are good. But when you see pain takes you, you're on your own. You're on your own. So Vinod, when you sit sometime with a friend and thing, no problem. But you have to be careful. Don't compromise. Don't compromise. Because whatever is done in the dark is exposed in the light. Get it clear. Very, very clear. And nothing happens without a reason. As I mentioned, every cause has an effect concealed. Every effect is cause revealed. That's a cosmological law. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take charge of our lives. The Lord has allowed us some time. Many of us don't think about this, until they see something hit you. But why wait for that, man? Why wait for that? There's a sage who asked the Lord, they say one time, "Oh Lord, very puzzling. Everybody wants to go heaven, but everybody doing things to go hell. Huh? And then when they say they go hell, they're cussing you. Man, we. And I'm sure, experience, a lot of what I'm saying here would fall on many deaf ears here this morning. It may fall on some fertile soil. But you know what? When the time comes for change, you become receptive to these things. These are spiritual values that help us go through life, cut across all boundaries. It's not for Hindu, Muslim, Christian, atheist. It's for every single person, regardless of religion. And remember this, life's puja, how you live. Actions, the root cause of everything that happens to us. Vijay has lived his life, and he is going on. He's going on, as we say. Right? Whatever he has done in the book of life, that chapter is closed. And Kim, he said until we meet again. When? Where? How? Huh? No, these statements are made, I'm not digging up. I went to that satsang one time, Sita. And the person, I didn't do the funeral, but the person, right, I did the satsang, and I just said, sometimes the wife say, I want you for 7 life. I want the same husband for 7 life. I want the same family for 7 life. And that night, I don't know what made me make this statement. How you know the man wants you for 7 life? You understand the point? Why you putting who you want for 7 life? Vijay, the form Vijay? When there's reincarnation, will he be in Vijay form? So what are you saying? Kim? What are you saying? You see, all that is just, it's good, it gives you comfort. But essentially, that is binding the person who is leaving. You're binding them. I want you. So you see, Sita, what I'm saying is that when we come to this point, it's to let go. Let go. We have no alternative but to let go. Don't hold on. Candice, understand what I'm saying? Trisha? Don't hold on. Right? He has gone on. I asked my mother, I said, Ma, you want me for your son next life? The lady watched me flux kill her dead already. She got up, she died and gone, she never answered me. Then I started to think, why I'm saying this? I'm putting her in bondage. I'm putting myself in bondage. I don't know what condition may be next life. I want to come back and be. So you see little experience, Sita. And if you notice, when you see, I made you put the sindoor inside here. Don't put it in your head and rub it off on thing. Right? Now, we have a case where you see, when a wife dies, husband put the sindoor, and she has to go with the sindoor. One goddaughter of mine asked, why the sindoor? Why she has to go with the sindoor? And then, what the response is? that this woman must be my wife for 7 lifetimes. 7 lifetimes. And there I get this statement from the wife say, Guruji, my husband may want him this lifetime, you think I want him 7 lifetimes? Yeah? All that is just putting people on the obligation. Yeah? And then Sita, where they put the sindoor and they rub it off, they ask why they do that. Some people say you can't put sindoor again. But I take it from a different perspective. What the point is that he put the sindoor before you take it off. What is the say telling you? Go put again if you want. No, I ain't telling you go and do that. Right? Now, this is final point I'm making here before we proceed to conclude. People speak of Garu Puran. Garu Puran say this, Garu Puran say that, Garu Puran say that. They don't understand and interpret. They take it literally. So one is that when a husband dies, a wife is supposed to burn herself. Your mother should burn herself long time. There are many wives who should burn themselves, husband dead. Now, I don't take it literally. You can't sit in a chit and burn yourself. That's a sin. But the book wrong. What the book says, if a woman wants to attain liberation, freedom from bondage, in this lifetime, her husband dies, live a life of self-discipline. Self-discipline like a fire. You burn yourself in the fires of self-discipline. Not kill yourself in Nishita. But the book right, but the interpretation wrong. So in other words, right, the wife lives this life, she maintains that faithfulness even though the husband is not here. If a young person gets, a young person, husband die and want to get married again, say, okay, you have to go on. But at this stage, you have grandchildren. Yeah, where are you going? Self-discipline. You maintain that, maintain the principles, burn yourself in the fires of that self-discipline, and bet anything, liberation, freedom from bondage is yours. Okay? So everybody has a responsibility. And to the children, as Kim said, the family, all of you, but I'm saying your mother. You miss your father. You know who she's going to miss? Her closest life's companion. 47 years? 41 years living together. Yeah? Who will feel the most pain? You can't measure pain, the intensity of it. But think about what the condition would be. And therefore, you all have a responsibility. And I know in today's world, one daddy not here, children, sometimes they do anything. Even when daddy here, they do anything they feel to do. You have a responsibility. Right? Mother. Right? And sometimes, I don't know, they say daughters are very close to mother. And I'm seeing that myself. They say, son, until wife. Daughter, for life. All ever hear that statement? I'm not choking fire, eh? They say, but from the time my son get married, and he have wife, he's caught up in different responsibilities. But mother tends to take a second position. But daughter is always close to mother. But nothing wrong when daughter-in-law and also son become close to her. She needs that support right now. Okay? Everybody needs this support. So stay together as a family and go forward. Okay? So we will now proceed to do a pratna. Come forward. Kim, you mentioned that he listened to all kind of music. Michael Jackson and what. Are you going to sing? You're afraid to sing. Give them some applause. Afraid to sing. Because it might make him turn here. But maybe that'd be a good thing. Let's see. All right? So those of you who could join me, there's this simple bhajan that we always sing to ask that divine Lord to give the family the courage, the strength, determination to go forward. Life is like a boat, and sometimes there is no boatman. So we ask that Lord to become the boatman, as it were, to take you all across. So everybody, in your own way, if you don't know the bhajan, don't try to sing it. If you know it, you can join me. And if you don't know it, just pray and understand the essence of it. We pray for the family in particular. Vinod, you know the bhajan? You go sing with me? Try. Jai Krishna Hare Sri Krishna Hare Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare Jai 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 Krishna Hare जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, और कोई न खेवन वाला हो, और कोई न खेवन वाला हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तेरे दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम की माला जपत रहा। भाव सागर से मोरी नैया, भाव सागर से मोरी नैया। छन में जाय किनारा हो, छन में जाय किनारा हो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। So devotees, we surrender to the divine Lord. आगे चले. Lord, please take charge of the ship of life. Take us across this turbulent ocean of separation, pain, all the negativities. Save me, O Lord, save me. Bole Vrindavan Sri Krishna Chandra ki jai. Offer the flowers. Now devotees, I will invite you to please all stand. Those of you who could stand. If you're not well, don't force yourself. And we do our final prayer, give them flowers. As we conclude our morning's service. Simple prarthana which everybody should know. Om Jai Jagadisha Hari. So I invite you to join me again. Om Jai Jagadisha Hare, Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare. भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन शे मन का। स्वामी दुख बिन शे मन का। सुख संपत्ति घर आवे, सुख संपत्ति घर आवे। कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ किसकी। स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी। तुम बिन और न दूजा, प्रभु बिन और न दूजा। आश करो जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतरयामी। स्वामी तुम अंतरयामी। पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर, तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता, स्वामी तुम पालन करता। दीन दयालु कृपालु, दीन दयालु कृपालु, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर सबके प्राणपति, स्वामी सबके प्राणपति। किस विधि मिलो दया में, किस विधि मिलो दया में, तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जग दीन बंधु दुख हरता, ठाकुर तुम मेरे, स्वामी ठाकुर तुम मेरे। अपने हाथ उठाओ, अपने हाथ उठाओ, द्वार पर तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा, स्वामी पाप हरो देवा। श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ, संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। ओम अनादि निधिनो देवा शंख चक्र गदाधर, अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदो भव। कृष्ण कृष्ण कृपालु त्वं गतिनां गतिर्भव, संसारानो मग्नानां प्रसीद पुरुषोत्तम। ओम आत्मा शांति, आत्मा शांति, आत्मा शांति। ओम त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। ओम तत्सत। पंचतत्व शांति। बोले वृंदावन श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, बोले श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, बोले श्री स्वाहा माता की जय। Devotees, again I echo the sentiments of Kim on behalf of the family. Many blessings and thanks to all of you who have turned out in your numbers to lend support to the family and to give Vijay that departure that he deserves. Now at this point in time, flowers will be there. You could collect your flowers. Those who have not viewed the body, you come and do so. Within 10 minutes, I would like to leave. So blessings to all, and keep the journey going. Offer the flowers and bow.
Thank you, Pandit. Thank you. I just wanted to tell you. I said, when I
They want to cook again, right? Hey, welcome back to another sweet of the whole share. Yeah, this is so nice to you.
What's all these?
Everything there now. You need to nice.
Everywhere else?
Not on your face, huh?
Just around? Or just come down? Not on your face.
All right, all ready, right? Come on that side. So much demo vote here. See, Vijay precious Sami Shom Snani Miyagi Yonde, the vote is better. Aarti. Om Yam Gari Mahabhori Andhinata Masagrita Sattalokanat 5 times. Deepoyam Upatishtatam. Om Tat Sat. Okay, that's it. One side. I'm complete right. We need to put it on. That's your right hand and you go. Om Sarvachakshi Vachipuvadam Admatam Shipas. Prithvi Shadharmana. Prithvi Chakra Prashanti. Pancha Chakra Shanti. Wow. Alright. Pick up his pin now from the right hand. It's inside. You want to put in the right wall. Pick it up. Put it into the left hand. That's saying it. Put inside there. This is it. It's inside the hand. Om Adamo Bhutasya, Sri Vijay Pretasya, Sri Valdeshi Panchana, Keshati Pindu Maya Diyante, the Bhutasya. Give it a good night. Put your hand, and what are you doing side right? Om Adamo Bhutasya, Vijay Pretasya, Sri Anjali Maya Diyante, the Bhutasya. You put them all your fingers on top like this, and the tube is on. So you form your finger now. One Shanti. Panchadrosh Shanti. हम यहाँ तक माशा था पंचकोश शांति माशा था मैंने कहते हैं समझ लो क्लियर बात tonight you go ahead and do the thing all right राम नाम सत्य है in the three books and easy copy right put them in pieces the thing like this right and everybody go and everybody go ready ready very good.
Gravy.
Yeah.